You a nut. And that's a conclusion based on fact.
Ahoy, and welcome to BoatFools.com. Before we dig in and get started, a disclaimer. I fully recognize and I fully appreciate the fact that I have a face better suited for radio. So I apologize, you have to look at this. And I'm just going to tell you it's not going to get any better. Two of my fellow boat owners and lifer friends are also unattractive. One is also 53 like me and the other was like 1,000,000 years old. So don't get your hopes up. Sorry you have to deal with looking at these chassis. We apologize. So that aside, let's move on. What is BoatFools.com and what is a boat fool? Well, first of all, if you're checking out this website and this video, you're probably a boat fool. And you might be a boat fool if, you know, you look at Yacht World once or twice an hour a week. You might be a boat fool if you're checking out every boat yard, every marina, and every backyard for a sweet boat deal. You might be a boat fool if you're checking out 1,000,000 different sailing magazines that you have at your house or websites. You might be a boat fool if you have a couple boat models hanging out your house or in your office. You might be a boat fool if all you do is dream about boats. And that's okay. You're a boat fool. We're a boat fool. This is a safe place. This is for you. So, a boat fool is a budget-minded, budget-conscious sailor in the boat value range of $0 to $60,000. No one on here is sailing around on a new Swan 80, so they don't need a site like this. But if you're the former, you're like us. And at the tender age of 52, I decided I had enough of OPBs, that's other people's boats. And I'd spent a life sailing on OPBs and finally wanted to step out and have some autonomy and have my own boat. But I needed a couple of friends to do that with me in order to appease our spouses and to make it budget friendly and economical. That's another story for another time. In short, despite the fact that we are lifer sailors and been sailing since like 8 years old, as soon as we took ownership of that boat, we realized how much we didn't know and how many questions we had to ask to get the answers that we needed in order to even get our boat on the water. So that's when the idea of Boat Fools took root. And we realized that wouldn't it be great to take all the knowledge we learned over this past year and get it on one website for our other users to easily navigate, excuse the pun, the trials and tribulations of boat ownership. And that's going to range from insurance, finance, boat storage, divorce lawyers, you name it, we're going to have it on there. So that's one facet of the site, and that's to have the curated information location for all things boat related for mid-coast Maine and beyond, and eventually beyond Maine. And also to have within that site a forum for our like-minded sailors to communicate with each other about current boat projects they're working on, questions they might have, adventures they might be going on looking for crew, or islands they might be sailing to and looking for other sailors to join them and meet up with them and raft up and have that cocktail. And then yet another element of the site are these videos, and admittedly the next videos are going to be more entertaining than this one. This is purely introductory. The first type of video we're going to do are videos following us and all of the things that we go through with our 42-year-old boat, and the adventures we're going on, the trips we're taking, the islands we're going to, that sort of thing. Some fun stuff, and the projects we're working on. The second type of video is going to be interviews with other recent boat owners and or lifer boat owners to have conversations with them about what it was that sparked their love affair with that particular boat that they bought. Because make no mistake, when you find a boat that you love, you fall in love head over heels for that boat, and it's a love affair. And so we want to find out what it was. What was that moment in time or that spark that ignited the whole thing about that particular boat they bought? Was it the shear lines? Was it the transom? Was it the chine? Was it the interior, the sail plan? Who knows? But it'll be fun to find out. And then the third type of video is going to be interviews with industry professionals to get a behind the scenes look at the people that make keep our boats on the water and keep us on the water and keep us afloat. So that's the third type of video. And then, of course, we're going to have an opportunity for you, our users, to send in videos and or stories of foolish things you did so that we might sidestep and not make those same mistakes. Because it's good to laugh at ourselves. It's good to laugh at each other. It's good to have some levity in this world. So we think that's going to be a fun element of this. And ultimately, you know, none of us is packing a full sea bag here. We're all boat fools, and we live along some of the most incredible cruising waters in the world. And our goal is to get as many of us out there sailing and enjoying what time we have on the water and what time we have, period. And we think this will be a good way to bring like-minded sailors together. Now look, if you're thinking about buying a boat or you've purchased a boat, a lot of people are going to tell you you're a fool and that you're not packing a full sea bag, and an older boat's just a hole in the water, and that you should be buying a new boat, something that's 10 years old. Nothing that's more than 20 for sure. Don't listen to all that. Bypass that static. I love the classic plastic. I think they're fantastic. And old wooden boats too. I love the old lines. So here's the point. An engine replacement on an old boat is as expensive as it is on a newer boat that's maybe 10, 15 years old. So don't let a boat that's been built in the 20th century turn you off, because those are some beauties. And the boat we bought is a beauty, and I think it's beautiful. I fell in love with it, and we'll share all of that later. But the point is, throw all caution to the wind and fall in love with the boat. If you haven't already, buy it and get out on the water. And we're here to be the wind beneath your wings, the levity in your day, and the insightful information that you might need to make that happen. So we're really looking forward to building this community with you. And so we really appreciate you tuning in. And as we like to say around here, BFF, Boat Fools Forever. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.